Hi, my name is Adam Avrilla, and welcome to this month's August Flowers What's Next. We're going to take our Flowers What's Next bouquet and turn it into this gorgeous headpiece, a boutonniere, as well as a bud vase setup, all from one bouquet. Let's start by talking about what we're going to need as far as hard goods go. So you're going to need, it's called in the floral world number 9 double satin. This is really important because single satin is very stiff, double satin has a little bit more flexibility, so it's a little bit more comfortable to wear. So double satin number 9. Then you're going to need, I'm just using tissue paper to glue on so I don't damage my countertops. So paper, tissue, aluminum foil, whatever you have in the kitchen, go ahead and use to protect. A couple of little vases in case we have some extra flowers that we want to just put in a little vase. These two things are important. So first off, it's Oasis Floral Adhesive Glue. You can get this in the floral department, you can get this online. Pretty much anywhere where crafts are sold or flower accessories are sold is where you're gonna find this. This is very important. And then I use the Oasis adhesive strips in mine. I will say if you cannot find the adhesive strips, people have used double stick tape and that seems to work. Not nearly as well, but it does work. But these you can buy a few, probably from the floral department when you're picking up your flowers. So utilize that. And then of course our cutters, our scissors, and we're gonna call her Savannah here just to show you what it's like when it's done. Her head's a little bit smaller, but it'll give you the idea of what we're doing. All right, so that's the supplies. Can't forget the paper towels in case you make a mess. First thing you're gonna do with your number 9 double satin is you're going to measure. Oops, there she goes. I picked Savannah up. She's very wobbly, so what you're gonna do is take the ribbon around whoever is wearing this, their head. We're gonna wanna leave streamers in the back so we can tie it off. Our purpose is to find the center of the forehead. So right here is the center. We're gonna lay it out, and I always just put my scissor there so I know. Savannah, we're gonna put back here for now, and the bud vases will slide over. That is the center. Next, we're going to take our adhesive strips, and they come in a box like this. And the strips are double-sided. They are perfectly measured for a number 9 ribbon. That's why I really do love these. And they're made for flowers. Peel just one side off, put it into the center. And then I'm going to use 3 of these next to each other. The reason I use the adhesive strips as well as the glue is because adhesive attaches to adhesive better. And so by having adhesive already there and then adding glue to it, the flowers are never gonna move. So let's bring her back a little bit. I wanna measure. So as you can see, the flowers are gonna go all the way past the ear. That's a pretty good amount of space that you're gonna wanna do. So when you're measuring it to either your child or an adult, just go a little bit past the ear so that way it fits wonderfully. All right. So I'm gonna pretend this is for a wedding shower, and I know that the groom is gonna be there, so I'm gonna make a little mini boutonniere for him. And so what we're gonna do is just take one off, and I'm just gonna set this, I'm gonna put it over here because you're not gonna be able to see it on the white. So we're gonna do a few flowers on there that he can attach to his shirt at the shower. Supplies are ready, now let's get the flowers together. All right, flowers are out and prepped. If you're new to our channel, what we always do is we take our bouquet apart and lay it out so we know how many of each item we have. I already pre-did that, saves us a little bit of time. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go off and peel off the other side of the adhesive. Sometimes it's a little sticky. And then we're also going to peel off just one of the sides of adhesive on the boutonniere. First thing we're going to do is take these beautiful yellow centenis and we're just going to cut them off right at the base of the flower. You can see there's no stem left. How cute are these? Gluing. A little bit goes a long way. Oops, see how it just pops right out on you? That's why we have the napkins. As you can see, and I don't know if you can see, I squeeze the nozzle before I start using it always, because that just gives me a little bit more control. So just take your thing, just squeeze it a little bit so it's not as open. And we're gonna put just a little bit, goes a long way, just a little dab right onto the flowers. We wanna cover up the cut open, where we cut it off, that opening where the stem was. You wanna make sure you cover that. It takes about 20 seconds for the glue to become tacky. That's why I'm going ahead and gluing all my flowers and laying them out like so before I put them onto the actual design. Now we could start with the center. With your flower going at an angle, you never want the flower to come straight out of the forehead because it can start to look like a miner's cap. So that's why we always try to angle it. It doesn't have a direct hit. And we're just gonna fill this in. This one's stuck to me, so it really wants to get in there. And you can see how they're staggered. They're at different angles. And again, we use the adhesive with the tab because it just makes it stronger. That way it won't come apart. And let's go ahead and add some to our boutonniere. This is going to be great for, like I said, it could be for a shower or it could be for a celebration of any kind, really. This could be made girls' night in. Girls get together, get some bouquets, and make some headpieces, and then go out on town. Sounds like a good time to me. Next, we're gonna cut the roses the same amount of space. Let's see if the camera can get that for us. You see how short that is? We don't want to leave a lot of the stem because we want it to stay somewhat flush. And we're going to do the same concept. Add a little bit of glue, let it get tacky. And as you can see, I'm really not putting a lot of glue on these. I forgot my little guy here. Let's go ahead and utilize that. If the stem starts to come up, just peel those off so we can get to the main component of the stem. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to start putting these in, the same concept, at an angle, making sure the glue is attaching to that tab underneath, that glue tab. And then we can go back and add some more. Do you see how it's already filling in so quickly? Let's add some to the boutonniere. I always like to use the smaller of the blooms for the boutonniere. Let's give the boutonniere one more, I think. All right, it's coming along. Next is our alstroemeria. Let's take the blooms off, just like everything else. We want to cut them short. You can use your cutters. I'm just been in floristry for so long. I honestly just use my fingers. Like lilies, these have little pollinators in there, so let's take those out. And then we can start the gluing process. As I start to fill it in, I really don't wait that whole 20 seconds because honestly the other flowers will hold it right in place as it's drying. So I'm not terribly concerned about that because I know they're going to be fine and they're going to be held in. And do you see how the Austrameria just dances above the other flowers? It just gives it a little bit of dimension, a little bit of depth. Next, I want to add some of this fresh green. So I'm going to cut pieces. This is the only one that I'm going to leave a little bit of a stem on because I really want this to push out. And we really don't need a lot of these, just a few of the pieces. And I'm just putting glue on the stem itself. And this is why I have tissue on the counter. So our counter stays perfectly glue-free. We don't want glue on our counters. We're just going to put these throughout. Some at the ends just to finish off the end. I'm going under the flowers. A couple in the middle. See how the green just adds this moment of life that we desperately needed in here. The yellow and the orange are beautiful, but sometimes you just need a moment of green to just give it a nice contrast. Let's do a couple more, I think. That's the nice thing about not cutting a lot off at once, because you could always go back and give yourself a couple more. I think we're good. I think we're good. I'm gonna restrain. I'm not gonna add that. It's hard for me to restrain. All right, clean your glue tip off. You always wanna make sure you clean that off so you can take the cap off and cap it up. Give this a few minutes to completely dry before you lift it. The temptation is gonna be to lift it, but really give it a few minutes to set. And while it's setting, we can go ahead and use up the rest of our bouquet. So we're gonna take one of our eucalyptus, put it in the tall vase. The shorter piece I cut off, we can put in the smaller one. Pretty already. Our gorgeous sunflowers. The smaller of the two blooms I'm gonna put upright, and the one that's a little bit bigger, I'm gonna put towards the bottom. Carnations. Let's go tall on this guy. Oops, broke it, so he's gonna actually go at the bottom. How great is this though? If you're going to a shower, you're bringing a headpiece, a boutonniere, and a little bud vase situation. This bouquet really does go very, very far. Let's fill in with some mini carnations. And as you know, I love to cut them so we have multiple insertions. And last but never least is our Matricaria. We're going to pull the stems off. We could use the whole stem, but why would we when we can really make it go a lot further? One in the top, dancing over the flowers. How pretty. Let's do a couple of them in the smaller one. Just filling in a little bit. I have a broken one. What do you think? Cute little wildflower bud vase situation. It's the moment of truth. Has the glue dried enough? Is the adhesive gonna hold? What do you think? I think it is. I think it is. All right, there we go. Do you see how well that adhesive is holding? These flowers are not going anywhere. The back is super clean. It's going to be comfortable for her to wear, but how great is that? Not going to go anywhere at all. And then we have the boutonniere situation. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by pulling the back of the adhesive off. My fingers are full of glue, so it's going to stick to me. And then you put it on, and as the top is done, then you just pull the bottom off. How easy is that? It'll stick, it's perfect. This adhesive will not damage any clothing. It's 1, 2, 3 and done. So we have match, match, match. Perfect situation. What do you think? Don't you think Savannah looks great with that on? You notice it's a little bit past her ear. I tied it in the back, left some streamers. Super comfortable, super easy. So again, I'm amazed. This month's bouquet, we have this gorgeous headpiece. We have a boutonniere, we have a bud vase setup, all for under $20. How could it be wrong? I hope you liked this month's video. I know Savannah did. Remember to like and subscribe, and we will see you next month.